Hi, and welcome to Harder Brunch. Thad, we have a very special guest with us in studio. Our house
special
celebrity bartender, Jake Johnson. Jake Johnson.
Doggone it.
Welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you to welcome me back.
Well, you know, it's whiskey. Whiskey is the theme today, and you're our resident favorite bartender. So
Your favorite.
Asked you to come
By default.
and I mean there was a lot of other people before you, but
Yeah, there was.
we
The
made
applications.
so many calls.
Oh, geez.
But you showed up, and we were all pretty jazzed about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you made us both not only a whiskey cocktail for today, but you also made a wonderful mocktail for those that celebrate dry January.
Try January. Yeah.
Dry January.
It's a hard DR to say back and forth. I came up with a little bit of a zero proof cocktail because we don't say mocktail anymore.
Oh.
You just did.
What do you mean?
You just said the M word.
What do you mean?
The M word, you said we don't say it anymore.
Did I say mocktail?
I'll say it because I still
shit, I just said
I still say it in my basement.
I just said it
Mocktail.
again. Yeah. Anyway. Well, while we're down here, I made a mocktail with. We don't really have a lot of good zero proof whiskey options. There is a couple things that I've tried to play around with or whatever. But I do prefer Seedlip's Spice 94.
Okay.
I like spicy cocktails, but I especially like the Spice 94 specifically because it has that like burn edge to it. It almost feels like you are actually having a cocktail.
Yeah.
You know, without having, all the negative things about booze and whatever have you. So I came up with something. Yes, it's not whiskey related. It doesn't look much like a whiskey cocktail that we prepared afterwards, but I think it does have like the same sort of effects that I would like with a whiskey cocktail. So I did a version of a bee's knees. Have you ever had a bee's knees?
I have. You made me one before.
Actually, no, I guess it's like kind of closer to a gold rush, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, like it is a clear liquor. A bee's knees is a gin, lemon, honey cocktail. A gold rush is the same thing, just with whiskey. So this looks like a bee's knees.
Yeah. It's kind of in between somewhere.
Yeah. I would like to think it's somewhere in between a whiskey, bee's knees or whatever have you, or a gold rush, whatever. However you find the middle between that. I think it has the burn of a gold rush. With the look of a bee's knees, if that makes any sense. So, like maybe we'll call it like a bee's gold rush or something like that.
Why don't you send it over here and I'll be the judge of that?
Okay, yeah. Let me know what you think.
Yeah. Let's
Golden
go.
bee.
So, so it's Seedlip, Spice 94, lemon, honey, and I also topped it off with a little bit of San Pellegrino. It's probably a little dry. Yeah.
I feel like I should be on a veranda overlooking some palatial estate.
Oh, wow.
One of my favorite things about Seedlip and some of the NA spirits is that, so I like work at a wedding venue, and a lot of times people come up, and sometimes it's not, a lot of times it's pregnant women who don't want their whole family to know they're pregnant yet, and so they have to come up and like out themselves to the bartender in this awkward way and be like, "Look, I'm pregnant. Nobody knows." I'm like, you don't have to tell me that. Like, I'll make you whatever. But, when you're just making non-alcoholic cocktails with just juice, they all tend to be, they're all too sugary. They're all, and they seem kind of just not very, like, sophisticated.
Yeah. Some people or some places on this side of our road in Indianapolis are getting away with literally selling grapefruit soda and lime juice, you know what I mean, for $8 in a 12-ounce glass,
Yeah.
There is a way to do it. There's a way to do it like with, character or whatever, and I do believe that Seedlip has something going on with their flavors or whatever have you. I just tried it. I just tried this little thing I put together. Holy cow.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of good.
Hey.
Holy hell, yeah.
I kind of wanted to get on a boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes you want to get on the boat and like kind of gossip a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk some shit about somebody.
Yeah.
Get stung by a bee.
Yeah, but you can still navigate what you're saying because you're not getting drunk.
Possibly leave someone out at sea.
Yeah. Seedlip.
Yeah.
Talk to Jennifer Coolidge about some stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, on my way to Sicily or something. You know,
Jennifer Coolidge.
So what did you do for you had a pretty interesting whiskey cocktail that you made as well.
I heard through the grapevine that Sauce Boss Zach,
I'm the grapevine.
Dyke is the grapevine. Told me that Zach liked peanut butter whiskey.
I love peanut butter whiskey. I'm not ashamed about how trashy my tastes are.
PB Dub.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love peanut butter
No matter
whiskey.
how much we shame him, he's still not ashamed.
No, and what you made here is fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Thank you.
very good.
Thank you. So like, I actually meant to ask you before I made the drink. Do you just drink peanut butter whiskey like by itself?
I put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
And I put a glass in the freezer and I drink it straight up. Same way I do limoncello or any sweet liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not shy to the screwballs or whatever have you. Like I do like the flavored whiskey.
What did he just call us? Sorry.
Screwballs the peanut butter whiskey, right?
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
like typically the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that one's really good. Hard Truth is also very
Hard
good.
Truth
That's
has
the-
a really Hard Truth Indiana based distillery or whatever has a really good peanut butter whiskey.
That's-
And I think
that's-
that's what we use,
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
that's the one.
Yep.
So we use that, or I use that to kind of come up with like a bit of a PB&J old fashioned, harder truth. Is it hard truth? Hard truth. Hard truth. Harder brunch. Here we go.
There
we
Okay.
go.
Hard truth peanut butter whiskey. I did like leave a little bit of Jameson on top to kind of cut that sweetness out with a little bit of Monin blackberry simple, like just even a touch of blackberry simple.
Anybody
Like,
that knows me knows that I like blackberry. It goes straight to my soul. And thank you for this drink because I didn't know you could do that with peanut butter.
yeah. Well, I was inspired by the Sauce Boss, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Does it taste like a PB&J?
It tastes like a peanut butter boss to me.
Hey.
So I'm happy the Sauce Boss is happy. Really.
Jake, thank you very much. I know that you got some interesting stuff upcoming. Are you going to be part of you do a lot of stuff with Parched Pavement.
Yeah.
Are you going to be part of the next mocktail competition?
Yeah, we have or they have something coming up at Newfields in their Loom exhibit, like the one where they project
Yeah.
everything all over
Yeah.
the place or whatever.
That's going to be so dope.
I
Yeah.
can't wait. Say what place you got last time.
Second.
Oh.
What? Like,
do you say it like that?
really? I mean,
Good.
Second place is good.
It's good.
yeah, but it's not like, I mean,
I said this last podcast. 2 people remember, Jake. We remember you were up at the top. What does it say? What
You
does it
give
take
the
to be number
worst
1?
compliments.
What does it take to be number 1? 2.
It's not a winner.
Are you-
That's
are you
not a
this is
winner.
terrible
Are you-
route you're going.
Are you quoting Nelly right now?
It's 3 nobody remembers.
Oh,
Yeah.
But they remembered that you didn't win.
Yeah, you're not
We
a
all remember you
winner.
didn't win.
You're not a winner, but you're up at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Doggone it.
Also, the winner of that mocktail or that zero proof something or other competition reached out to me because he listened to the podcast and was just like, "Thank you for shouting me out" or whatever.
Yeah.
So thank you for reminding me how much I didn't win or anything. But
I mean, that's your fault.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, you really took this a dark way.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just
That's
saying.
why you can't compliment
Jake
people,
is,
Fad.
Jake is someone that is comfortable in the skin. And he's a guy that I respect.
Till we fillet him out of it.
Where are
Stop doing compliments.
where are you getting this from?
I am saying that, like, yeah, you didn't win. I forgot. Maybe you got first, maybe you got second. But you did a good job in my book, man, and I'm proud of you. I talk about you all the time.
You didn't even remember what place I got.
I didn't remember if it was first or second.
Weren't you one of the hosts of the event?
I was one of the hosts of the event.
Oh
Yeah, I
man, that
was
seems
there.
like something you remember when you host an event. Like, who wins?
Maybe Daddy had a little extra alcohol in his pocket.
At the non-alcoholic.
I'm kidding.
That
No.
avoided the entire point of the event. Like
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I
Did
promise.
you really spike your mocktail?
Ah, come on, guys! I wouldn't say that. I would have said that online. I would have said that on the podcast. I didn't do that, but I really didn't do that. I promise.
I appreciate you guys for having me so much. I do enjoy this, other than when Thaddeus makes me feel bad
Can you
about most
drop a
things.
beat for me, Zach?
I was trying to lift you up.
Thank you.
You didn't get fifth.
Jake Johnson, where can people find you and follow you on social media?
Jake Johnson. It's Jake Johnson with Y's instead of J's. I keep saying this every time I'm on, but stay tuned for Burn the Well. Burn the
Yes.
Well. Burn the Well is coming.
Everyone's favorite booze, bartending, service industry podcast is coming back. And seriously, check out the Parched Pavement event. They're going to be making some awesome mocktails. Jake's going to be shaking them up in the Loom at Newfields. That's going to be a fun time, and we always appreciate you coming by. I'll say this, number 2 in the streets, number 1 in our hearts.
Oh, God. That's so sweet. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it very much.
All right.
Viva la Harder Brunch.
Down. Ooh, I'm eating brunch with my people though. The homie Dyke just cooked up a feast and we bout to eat it, bro. Fucked around and has to mix the lobster with the poutine. Daddy is rolling blue dream. Them boys got down a routine. It's Naptown culture. Cooking 7 courses. Had to pass the torch and now I'm grabbing second portion. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a smoke. It's Harder Brunch on the way and get prepared for the jokes. Whoa.
Wow.
Hi, and welcome to the Harder Brunch Podcast. I'm your host, Dyke Michaels, and with me, as always, my co-host, Thaddeus J. McKee.
Slappy, bappy, wet, wet.
On the ones and twos, the wheels of steel, the sauce boss of Indianapolis, and the last White Panther. Give it up for Zach Rowan, everybody.
Wakanda forever.
Did you say woke condom forever?
Yeah, I did. Thanks for catching that.
I always thought he was saying no condom forever.
Oh,
Can a white guy cancel us? Can a white guy cancel a black?
He's the raw dog kid. All right. And a very special first-time guest with us in studio, podcaster and entrepreneur, Haley Hilts, everybody.
Hey. Thanks for having me. Y'all.
Welcome to the program, Haley.
Gracias.
Haley, I got to say, you were the first guest in our history that came before you were a guest just to scope out what you were getting yourself into, and I thought that was very smart.
I always come before,
Yeah.
you know.
You always...
it's like pre-gaming.
You pre-com, if you will.
Yeah. I need to know what I'm working with.
Classic
No.
pre-com situation. Exactly what
That's
that
the
means.
first, really?
Yeah, I think you're the first person to come just to check out what you were getting yourself into, which is very smart.
Yeah, and there's also the internet for any preview or next guest. Well, you could look at it, but like I actually like it that
The
she
full
came and
immersion.
felt the full vibe.
It was cool because you get to preheat the oven, unintended. But no, getting your vibes and how it works.
Yeah.
And I feel real cozy.
Is that how you do everything in life? You scope it out, you search, you study.
I wish that I was. No, I'm a let's go head first, let's dive in, and then like,
Okay.
probably should have researched a little bit, but that's what some of my other friends and family are for. So
I got you.
I wish I
gotcha.
could be more like that.
Now, I want to make sure that I get your introduction here right, because, like I said, multifaceted here. You're an entrepreneur with 2 companies, the Authentic Design Collective,
Yes, sir.
and which is a design company, and then you also have a fashion business called No Formula.
That's kind of a line that we're building out. There's clothing right now, but we have some home accessories too. Just things that are really simple or maybe hard to find. We just want to, you can make it as basic or as crazy as you want because we're all authentic. So that's kind of the underlying message of every platform that I'm a part of. So
Authenticity.
authenticity.
No lies.
And then also, you just have kind of recently started up a podcast called Blow Your Skirt Up.
Also blazers. This is not just for women, but blow your skirt up kind of stuck.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful to say blow your skirt or blazer up.
Yeah, that
Because you could have a unisex skirt, blow your unisex up.
that's true. I mean, Stretch, who was at our event, he put a skirt on. I mean, he rocked it. So.
You put a skirt on for that.
He put it on.
I'll
rocked
remember
it.
to talk to him about that. That's awesome.
I should have brought it today.
We should have seen that picture of that. But whatever blows your skirt up, that's the...
Yeah.
I like that.
And all the ships. So friendship, leadership, ownership, all the ships that we sail in life, right? We cover that. We bring in guests. But really we're talking about, we've been friends for 15 years and just having a safe space so we can be your big sister or just talk about things that maybe people are feeling and just creating a safe environment for them to share and laugh too. I mean, we talk about serious stuff, but we also are like flop tarts, bringing out our little baby hands here. I take these everywhere.
Those are great. What's your partner's name? Your podcasting partner?
Sydney Taylor. She lives in St. Louis. I wish she was here.
Nice. I'd like to say, I checked in, I dipped in on an episode to see what the podcast was like.
You're
and
creeping into our DMs.
I was creeping. And I, as someone who, I guess, shares a lot of personal stuff, for a comedy podcast, you were talking about your divorce in a very like open and honest way, and I was just like, oh wow, like I was sitting around driving and I got where I was going, and I sat there and was like, I gotta listen to how this like it was very like kind of like NPR does to you, where you're just like, I gotta hear the rest of the story, like she's being very very vulnerable,
That was tough because I didn't know when we were gonna bring that part into the podcast, but I didn't want to hide away. People know me. I'm an open book. And it was he was a great human. It is not a negative energy thing. It's just a tough thing to come. Yeah.
And your kind of breakdown of it, I thought was very, you weren't, MFing him, you were quite the opposite. It was just like, it didn't work out. We're two adults and blah, blah.
Well, I got in my own way too. I think women, a lot of times, that's what our podcast is doing is there's a lot of women podcasts out there, but we kind of shame
Some
men.
say too many. No, I'm just kidding.
Girl power.
Can you have the boo button for that? Or Dyke is being misogynistic?
Sorry. I had some leftover misogyny for breakfast.
Gosh.
Well, but it's a point. Like our last episode, we talk about how 80% of suicides are male, and a lot of that can be social media or how women are using our power that we work so hard for, and we're tearing down men. That's not what we're about. We want to bridge that gap. And so yes, it says blow your skirt up, but we want to really talk about things that can help men aid that relationship with women too, not just sexual stuff. Every relationship,
which is like bringing people together.
Correct. Like when you go and tap into your masculine or feminine energy and tackle life as a whole. So,
what was there like a aha moment or something that you were like, we have to do this podcast?
So she came over. I lived in this big house up in Zionsville. So that's north of downtown. And I mean, I was batshit crazy at that moment. I had gotten divorced. I was a year and a half out of that. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to start dating. And that's when lockdown happened. So I was like, pulling in those reins. What are we going to do? Sydney comes and we plan this whole podcast. I mean, this was 3 years ago. And we were like taking a bath. We're hanging out. And we got really vulnerable. I'm like, oh, shit, we've been friends forever. We have so many things we've been through and endured that we can talk about and share. And we were like, let's do it when we're less busy. Well, now 3 years later, we're even more busy, more experience. And so I was like, if we don't do it now, we never will. And we have a great partnership of when she's feeling something, I kind of fill in the back. Just like you two, like your whole team, you guys do that too. So
I don't know why, but when you said you were going crazy in a big, I just imagine you literally like flying around this house.
like a little bat.
She can fly. No, one of the things that I like too, I was like listening to your podcast and finding out the first event for your podcast, you had over 100 people show up?
Yeah, we had about 115 and we planned that in 2 weeks. So
describe what you were thinking. Like, hey, we're going to have a party.
I almost blacked out, honestly, because Sydney was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I go, I want people who have changed my life. I just want to get this movement going, the no formula mindset. There's a lot of great things happening in Indy, and I just wanted to get some buzz and camaraderie going. So she lives in St. Louis. So this was like two of us coming in hot, trying to make connections, food, drinks, great vendors. We got Mina from Two Chicks and a Hammer. We got her there. We got Stretch. We got some Aaron Carroll, great speakers. And it was just a great event to then get people in the room. And we had everyone look different. But then we also saw, wow, we really have to start inviting people that maybe look different or think different than us. And that's such a big community effort that we're doing as well. So, I mean, it happened. And I'm thankful for people that came out, and we're going to do more this year too. So
Well, that's awesome. Let's go back in time a little bit. You were a collegiate athlete. You can't tell because you're sitting down, but you're a tall drink of water.
Tall
drink of
That was
water?
my pickup line on Bumble when I got on. I was like, tall drink of water right here.
Tall drink of water.
Yeah. And I love bourbon, so
You're 4'10", correct?
yeah. Like, what is it like to be just
4'10"?
small and manhandled? Like, what is that?
Just walk around on your knees one day. Just see what that's like. You'd probably be pissed the first time you couldn't get something off a shelf. You'd be like, this sucks.
I would be like, is this what it's like?
Yeah. But you were a collegiate athlete in volleyball, right?
Yeah, I was a middle blocker. Played in
I don't know what that means.
So the girl in the middle and the spandex and the
Okay.
that blocks.
Oh, I got you now. All right.
She is
Yeah.
a middle blocker. We were just watching volleyball the other day.
Yeah, and you were saying all of the positions.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that
Quizzing
middle
me.
blocker should not be on the court. She had some legal issues. Anyways, that doesn't matter.
Where was this at?
I went to Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida.
Okay, I was like, is that a country?
Yeah, so played volleyball there, and actually I'm in the beach community right now. So Indy actually is stepping up their game. Beach volleyball is where it's at. So
Oh, do you just you just smash people in beach volleyball over here?
I try, but I kind of got in an accident and I haven't played. So the workout game
Yeah.
is a little rough, but we're back at it.
Did you now when you're in college, are you thinking like I'm going to be a professional volleyball player, or are you like this is in college and I'm going to do something else? What were you thinking back then?
I had a nickname called Thirst Bucket in college. Okay, so
Well, we found the name of this podcast.
Thirst bucket.
I didn't know what that meant really. I was very, very naive, but I was in every club. I mean, I was really good at basketball growing up, and then I got burnt out. My dad made me shoot a lot of free throws every day. Anyway, so I switched to volleyball. I was like, oh, I got a scholarship to play in Florida, and I don't know if I thought I want to play this for the rest of my life. It was new, and anything that's a challenge to me, like I'll own it. So I was a big fish in a small school down there. I was involved in student government. I was an RA.
Oh wow.
A cool RA. But I just wanted to be involved in it. Like I just wanted to be in a different environment and just keep learning. So I don't think I necessarily did that. But then if I would have known what I could have made volleyball, but it's been such a great outlet for me. As like you can play it forever. Like y'all can come play. It's a game for everyone.
I was playing volleyball at this nursing home the other day, and like you said, you could play it forever, and it did not go well.
Why not?
I think the agility kind of goes down after 90.
Yeah.
Not everyone there can play forever.
So I just
You probably shouldn't have swept the legs so much either.
What'd you say?
Not everyone there can play forever.
Yeah, so not everyone there. There were some that could play.
Yeah.
But it is a good sport. It's one of those sports that like you remember, like it's easy to pick up. You're on a beach and all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, people are playing volleyball. You can jump in really easily and know what to do.
I feel like you should put your fishnet on and play. There's actually a naked tournament. I think it's in Florida.
Fishnet.
You could be the net for the tournament.
Fishnet. Go net to net. Net to net.
You guys act like I've never been a part of a naked volleyball league. You guys, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I like a nice friendly game of volleyball, like where it just like lightly goes. I don't like getting spiked in the face.
Just like a light
Just a love tap over.
Like the way some people play golf. Like they're
Yeah.
not really playing golf. They're just kind of hitting the ball and talking.
was
Like
gonna
I
say
wanted
those-
to go back and forth as many times as possible, like just
And congratulate people.
high fives.
No,
just
I'm
tossing
competitive.
beers
It's
to
like
each other.
it's a both team sport for
You're
you.
the
Yeah.
beer league.
No.
You're
Yeah.
definitely the
Yeah.
beer league.
I need
really.
you to talk shit to me. Like my favorite games are when people talk shit and I beat them, because I'll back it up. So I need that competition. I might not try to spike your face, but I'm going to try to hit the chest at least, hit the stomach.
I'm only competitive in meat cake competition.
You are.
That's weird.
Which
Because you've not done very well.
those are fighting words,
Well-
Zach. Look,
I mean, only numerically speaking.
He hasn't got last
Only when
every
it comes
time.
down to the
I
ranking.
am known as
every time.
He hasn't got
But he's
last
gotten second,
every
last,
time.
and last.
He hasn't got
I mean,
last
he's
every
really,
time. I'm on
he's
your
really
side.
come close.
I'm on your side. He hasn't got last every time, so you back
I
off.
can't believe that Jake Johnson of Meat Cakes is making fun of me.
What, I'm the fucking champion? I got a first and second place under my belt.
Oh, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's something to remember.
Yeah.
We're going to be having our
Both of mine added up are better than one of your best.
Allegedly, we're gonna have our meat cake, third annual meat cake competition, February 26th. Tickets are gonna go on sale real soon, but mark it off on your calendars. It's gonna be some of the best chefs in Indy.
Oh my gosh!
And Zach making.
I'm so excited.
Making huge
Meat
cakes,
abominations.
huge wedding cakes made out of meat. I love that you're doing your fun with your tiny hand. And we got some old favorites. We got some new Heeners this year. It's gonna be
who's an old favorite that's coming back?
Bridget Horan.
The king. Can you play the king or the horn?
No,
the
that
meat-
wasn't it.
The meat
I wouldn't
king-
call her old though. I mean,
she's a favorite.
She's just the meat king.
She's a favorite. I'm the old. She's the favorite.
Okay,
And then you're also going to be there.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
You're the ex king.
I'm the ex king.
The ex king.
Yeah,
You're the ex king. I'm the next king.
That's probably not happening.
He's wearing a Black Panther t-shirt, so you're like T'Challa.
Yeah.
You-
I'm more like M'Baku.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like you saying African words. Like the way it hit my ears. But yeah, if you want to see me get competitive, February 26th at Tinker House Events. Tickets are going to go on sale, let's say this week.
This week, baby.
I like the let's see. That's very confident.
Let's
This is a
see.
really good rollout. I don't know. Fuck it. Maybe we'll put some shit up there.
I do want to say this.
Buy a ticket.
Going on sale.
This is a family event. Yes, 21 years and older, probably.
It's not a bar.
That's not a family
It's
event.
not a bar.
It's all ages.
Excuse me. It's all ages.
Okay.
But you can drink there, correct?
I mean, I feel like you're going to either way. Is what we found out.
Yeah, it's basically a non-alcoholic competition for
I'm
you.
gonna have a drink of alcohol there. You're gonna love it. You know, I'm gonna say things I'm gonna apologize the next day for. You're gonna love. No, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be hosting this.
You are going to be hosting.
I got some things up my sleeve, and you guys are gonna be surprised. Come to the meat cake. Come to the meat cake challenge. I don't know if it was called competition or challenge.
Invitational, I think is
Yeah,
what
it's
we're
an
doing.
invitation
invitation.
this
That's
year?
very important.
Is the meat cute?
You have to be invited.
It's not the meat cute.
It's like a vampire situation. You have to be invited in. So we put a special menu together in honor of our distinguished guest. So I knew that you were a whiskey fan. So the theme was Whiskey Gal. I will let Zach go on the first course.
I started out with some. I did a play on whiskey and coffee. So I did a whiskey rub steak and then, coffee rub steak and then whiskey glazed shrimp on a skewer, and then I put those over some mashed sweet potatoes and maple syrup.
It was orgasmic, Zach. Like, that was nuts.
Thank you so much. I
So good.
was pretty happy with it.
What'd you do on sweet potatoes? That was the best sweet potatoes I ever had.
I mean, it was just sweet potatoes, cooked, salt, maple syrup, and a lot of butter.
Maple syrup.
I put like 3 potatoes in, and then like a pound of, or I'd say a stick and a half of butter. But there was a lot of butter.
Yeah. It was
There's a lot
great.
of butter. I mean, it was probably the best squash I've ever had.
It's on its way to being like ice cream. You know,
Yeah.
like when I was eating, I was like, oh, this could be ice cream.
But it was savory and sweet at the same time,
Yeah.
which you don't get that combination with squash that much.
It's not squash. It's a potato.
Let's just squash that right
Yeah, let's just squash that right now.
I saw. Did we have any squash today?
In the risotto.
Oh, that's why I saw the squash. I just saw it was cut squash, and I put orange to orange.
That's fair. That's fair.
I feel like I just got kicked out of Harder Brunch. All right, guys, that's been my time. I shouldn't be here.
We did I did a scotch eggs,
Yeah.
which was scotch eggs served with a shot of scotch.
That's so good.
Man, I used to work at McNiven's downtown.
really?
Oh yeah, for 2 years
How come I never saw you?
because I was a bad server.
You hate to see it.
They kept me away from the public as much as possible. No, this was like 10 years ago. This is a
Because
minute.
I was 10.
This is a minute.
That's why.
I'm just gonna back out of this conversation.
He's like, I'm 34. It's okay.
But yeah, man, they had some of the best Scotch eggs in town, and then they had a Scotch egg salad, which was just this huge salad like loaded up with Scotch eggs. So good. One of my first times when I was doing my training there, our old co-host Chris King was my training manager, and he was a dick. And I didn't realize that there were Scotch eggs and a Scotch egg salad. So somebody ordered Scotch eggs. I thought they ordered the salad. I brought it out, and the person just looking at this huge salad like, well, I didn't order this. And they're like, I didn't order this. I just ordered the appetizer. And I just kind of like looked. I was so afraid to get in trouble that I just like looked at him. I go, oh, just take it. Just keep it. And then Chris King was just like, what do you mean you told him to keep it? And I was like, I don't know. It's just, he goes, so they ordered the appetizer and you gave him a salad and they said, this is not what I ordered. And you said, just keep it. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I did. He goes,
Let's keep this between you and me.
he goes, now who's paying for that? And I was like, them, hopefully. I don't know.
Just keep it.
He tells it way better. I look way worse in his version. The glazed steak salad. No, I don't remember calling it the Whiskey Dicks glazed steak salad.
I was just really hoping he'd read that on the air.
Whiskey Dick glazed steak salad, which was a teriyaki and whiskey marinated steak salad.
Can I ask you, how long did you marinate that meat?
Overnight.
Overnight?
No.
With that teriyaki soaking up in there? It was so what'd you
good.
think? Yeah, it was great.
I loved the pairing that you had, like what dressing was on it?
It was just like a ginger vinaigrette.
Oh, it was so good. So good. And so I'm thinking that's the end. And then there's more. Like they kept just bringing stuff out.
Did we not give her the spiel today?
We told her.
Usually we give you the spiel like careful.
Thad did not give her the spiel.
But I eat a lot, so I'm the biggest eater I know. I will out eat anyone.
It's tricky when the courses keep coming out because like it's kind of like, you know, when you're on your way home and you have to use the restroom and you're like, okay, I know how long it's going to be to like get to a toilet, and you start relaxing. I feel like
your bladder?
or your sphincter,
Your
you
leather
know.
Cheerio.
or your leather Cheerio. But then have you ever had that happen and then you get home and there's like someone's on the toilet or something and then you're like, oh no, I've relaxed too soon.
See, to me, like when I get within sight of the bathroom, everything becomes uncontrollable.
Oh yeah.
Like for whatever reason, all my willpower gives out, and then it's just an embarrassing run.
You think it's like a Manchurian candidate? Like you've seen the scene of the bathroom and then your bowels just release?
I think it's like I was like really exerting all my effort and I didn't realize it. And then when I saw relief, I just checked out.
Yeah.
It's like the way you get in like most people get in an accident a couple miles from home.
So how many times did you crap your pants in the bathroom?
How many times haven't I? Like, I mean, it's a pretty rough ratio.
During lockdown, like Thad was like he was like a new roommate situation, and he was in the bath. Like I think he like went to the bathroom, took a shower, and possibly back to the bathroom after. I think it was a long time. It was like it was like over an hour and a half in the bathroom, and like about halfway through, I just had to go really bad. And I was just like, I can't. And I was just like, and there's nowhere to go. Like I couldn't go to a gas station because it was quarantine. Like, and I'm just saying, like, there's literally nothing I could do. And so I just went into the backyard and dropped a deuce in the backyard.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
no.
Quarantine, all bets off.
Yeah.
Like, I went in the middle of the night to get a new vibrator because my batteries ran out. Like, all bets are off. Lockdown. Am I allowed to say that on here? Like, are you?
Yeah, you're allowed
Yeah,
to say it.
I'm just picturing you like in your pajamas, like going into a CVS with a mask on, like.
No, it was a Cirill. They changed it. Cirillas, I think.
Yeah, the Cirillas.
And it was the closest one to me, and I should have gone to the Lion's Den over on the
Oh, I
west
thought you
side.
said batteries. The actual.
Like, everything was dead.
You wore down the actual.
Yes.
Vibrator
Like, this
itself.
thing went intercoastal.
What were you doing to this thing?
I took 6 months off. Like, the divorce will mess you up. And I was like, I'm ready to come. Okay. he just sprayed his drink. Anyway,
I didn't even know it was possible to break a vibrator.
I didn't either. And so I never got into the plug-in wall ones. And I walked in. I said, I need one that plugs in. That's all I said.
What if there's an outage, a power outage? What if one shorts out?
I got another battery one just for
Gotcha.
backup. But,
Okay.
I mean, I literally was almost there. And I hadn't come in a while. I was ready.
And then it just did the zzz.
And it died before.
Yeah, and I tried a bunch of batteries. So then
taping
I go,
a bunch of double A's together
So you're
trying to see if
pissed.
they work.
oh,
You're pissed.
Yeah, so it was 12:30, and I go, I don't think I was in pajamas because I usually just wear a
You're
robe.
just naked. You just went in there.
I just had like a t-shirt and sweats on. I go in, and this girl, it was her second day on the job. And I said, this isn't going to work. I probably know more than you do. And so, but she was helpful. She was like, this just came in. We put this display out. Yeah. And then I see, it was the Satisfier. Dun, dun, dun. The Satisfier. And I said, if that does not work, like, I don't know what will. It plugged in, and she's still an oldie but a goodie. You know?
Can you check out the star rating on the Satisfier?
I would be curious.
It's like 2.5 stars.
I just, that was when I still did Snapchat, and I was snapping all my friends. I said,
Woman's
I'm
best
back.
friend.
Yeah, that one. Yes. Because
Well, it looks like one of those like toothbrushes that you like a sonic toothbrush or something.
It looks like it has 5 stars.
4 down below.
How many stars?
$69. Am I right?
It was $139 when I bought it.
Whoa, yeah, they got you on the pandemic.
Yeah.
Whoa, this person wrote like a novel. 5 stars. Best thing you'll ever have if you know how to use it correctly. And then literally there is an entire novel that she wrote about it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I could write a novel easily about it. Contact.
Oh my goodness. Wait,
Can you read that out loud? The last part,
yeah,
right?
the battery on my $400 vacuum died shortly after I bought it. So I contacted the company and it got fixed instead of just griping about wasting money. Magic. Give this a chance and Adam and Eve a chance to make it right if it breaks, for Pete's sake. See, I did not know that all these vibrators were breaking on women. I feel like I've learned something today. That there seems to be a real customer service problem with these broken vibrators.
And that reminds me of... that reminds me of our sponsor.
Does it?
Our sponsor, Unbreakable Vibrators. Hi, we're Harder Brunch. And you're probably wondering, why are we doing Unbreakable Vibrators? And well, we're sponsored. They're giving us money to talk about it. Ladies need to get off and not have broken vibrators.
Well, you need one with a hand crank.
No, you just need a tongue.
A hand crank?
This is an old timey
Amish vibrator?
I guess. I don't know.
It's called the churn.
Yeah, the churn.
And that
the
brings
butter
me to our
churn.
that brings me to my next one. The butter churn. Doesn't need batteries.
Yeah.
You don't need solar powered.
It is made of wood, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's called the crank and stink.
Well, I mean, you could hook it up to like a drill or something if you really wanted.
needed to.
Yeah, if you wanted the power aspect.
Is this worth the money for our sponsors?
Not for them.
Producer.
No, we're coming back. We'll start fresh on that ad after the commercial. Drunken chicken with a winter risotto, which was the squash that you talked about earlier.
That's what I saw. Here's the thing. You knock it out of the park every time with a risotto. Like, here's the thing. People will come over to the house. Oh, it was you?
No, he stirred it.
Wait.
No, I usually do the risotto.
Oh, you did the risotto?
Most every time we've done risotto. Except for this time. I stirred most of it.
Oops. I don't know who to compliment. I feel like I'm in a fight between mom and dad. The risotto was mids. I'm getting out of this.
Who do you want to give credit to?
Here's this is what I'm going to say about the risotto, period. I don't care who made it. The risotto was great. It always has this nice lemon taste. Did you check that?
I did.
It has like this little lemon like accent.
It may
like,
have been the lemon on the plate before than I thought, but I don't. Yes.
It might have been, but
You were also eating lemons like raw for some reason.
People can do that. Like, I thought we said we were going to talk about my lemon eating. I thought we said that. We talked about it in the meeting.
Yeah, we weren't going to talk about it on air. I'm sorry.
No lemon shaming.
That's what I thought. This is the Beyonce day. But anyways, the people will come over to our house, Haley, and they'll be like, "Where's the risotto that we saw on Harder Brunch?" And so he always keeps leftovers, and people will eat that risotto.
I feel honored that I got the risotto today.
You got it fresh.
Wait, there's always seconds here? Like you just come back through the week and get like
We have
spare risotto?
Yeah, risotto drawer, and we pull some out
Yeah.
and give it to the
Risotto Mondays.
the neighborhood. And then Bridget, we had a very special guest from the Meat King. Bridget Horan, peace be upon her. She came by and she made a bourbon honey caramel donut, which had like a creme brulee like coating to it. It was almost like ASMR when she like cracked it open. Like you sit there and crack it open. A little pastry cream, and some fresh raspberries. Even though she's deathly allergic, which I thought was a very nice touch. And they were good. I would say that was one of my favorite desserts I've had recently.
Yeah, those donuts were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
they were
really good.
fantastic.
I'm gonna put it in the top 30 to the top 10.
This year?
No, of all time.
Oh, of all time. Okay.
Of all of brunch.
It's really good. I'm not eating a lot of sweets right now too. So as soon as I ate it, I felt my blood sugar go whoop. Like, this is great.
Yeah, I was surprised by the cracking because I'm not gonna lie, the cracking kind of threw me off. Like, oh, this might not be delicious, and then like it quickly moved up to my top 10.
Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Gen Z can't stop raving about the Harder Brunch Patreon.
Patreon.com/Harder Brunch slaps.
No cap, the Harder Brunch Podcast is bussin' on God.
Move over, Boomer. Gen Z's here to talk to you about the Harder Brunch Patreon.
Harder Brunch Podcast on Patreon, $3 a month, low-key a steal.
The Harder Brunch Podcast deadass has me bricked up every day.
Listen to these all totally real testimonials.
No, like, I'm getting paid to do this, don't worry. Yeah. No, you think I do this for free? No.
The Harder Brunch Podcast deadass slaps. Sound younger! The Harder Brunch Podcast deadass slaps.
Just go to patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
The Patreon After Brunch Podcast hits different. That shit makes you feel shit.
The Harder Brunch Podcast fucks.
Hey, welcome back to the Harder Brunch Podcast.
I had a dream.
Involve some cream.
We're talking with Haley. We kind of ran through a bunch of stuff that you got your fingers in a lot of pies right now. You're doing a lot of stuff. One of the things that you are involved, you were talking about some of the clothing lines of fashion that you make, and you so graciously gifted both of us. Thad is currently modeling. What?
Why aren't you?
Explain. Oh, well, I didn't want to be Bobsy twins, like on camera with him.
True. We don't want to force it.
Yeah, you did take, that's kind of rude. Like, a guest brings you something, and then you don't wear it.
Yeah, most podcasts don't mind matching each other.
Yeah.
But Dyke does.
I don't want to look worse in the same thing sitting next to somebody.
We also offer black, so you just wanted to represent the black side here. So, no, we have the basic version. We make custom order ones. We're just doing kind of athleisure at the moment. We have other home accessories as well, but we just want someone to come in and feel like they can get a piece that they can wear a lot that expresses themselves. So we do custom orders or not. And we'll be having a store up in Garfield Park here in April. So
this is very Thad. Without you knowing Thad that well, this is very.
Is it?
Yeah, he's the athleisure kid.
Yeah, they called me Ashley. They called me that in high school.
Yeah, what they call you?
Athleisure kid.
Oh, okay.
They called me that in high school. It wasn't for good reasons, but let's move on.
Is it cozy?
I'm a cozy guy. I like being comfortable. Hi, guys. If you are looking at me, you're like, hey, he kind of looks good in this. Like, you could look good too. So please go and buy this as soon as possible.
There's no formula.
There's no formula.
So get your formula.
Get your formula. and that's done.
Done.
What got you in, designing clothes?
Honestly, that is a whole new thing. And my podcast partner, she's much more into fashion, but I really love interiors. We're actually focusing on bachelors, so if you guys need help, because bachelors need to feel good. Anyway, that's a whole tangent.
You could redesign this whole studio if you wanted to. We definitely need help.
I mean, it has a good vibe in here, but we can definitely.
What color would you go with?
No. What word would you say this basement feels like to you? The studio.
Be honest.
Hunting.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like I'm going.
What if
hunting.
I said stepdad?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean the Topanga. It's the Topanga for me. So stepdad's for sure.
We're hunting the most dangerous game, which is man. No, we definitely need a feminine touch. We need someone to turn this trap house into a trap home.
Well, we
I
have
don't
you.
appreciate my house being called a trap house. I'm just going to go on record as saying that. And two, yeah, it does have a stepdad feel. I think we need lighter colors like blue.
It's missing a dartboard.
Yeah, it is missing a dartboard.
You know what I'm saying?
I felt the same thing too. I was like, we need a color.
You have a lot of texture.
Let's vote.
So.
Let's vote.
Yeah, what would be like? What do you want to feel when you're down here? What color?
I think kind of bright. Like when I watch podcasts like on YouTube or something, I'm gonna have epilepsy.
Yeah, what is
like, you're gonna trigger something in me.
Our producer's angry. That's how he lets us know.
I always like podcasts where people look comfortable, but like also like bright colors and stuff. Like something's kind of like most people like just listen to audio podcasts. I feel like if you're watching something, then you really want to pop. You know, you want those colors to pop. You want bright. You want something like to look at that's fun.
But I also want to look at you, so I would create kind of a neutral. You could put an accent in there, but I want to look at you guys. I really want to feel your energy.
Maybe we need a good color. We need to get color panel.
I think we need backlighting behind you guys.
Something that makes us pop out.
Yeah.
With
What color behind each of you?
Ooh,
What
baby
color?
blue.
Different
Baby
between
blue.
us, both
Would
of
it
us.
be the same, or would each of you have your own
that'd be
hue?
cool split.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Dyke's a different shade.
that's exactly what I was saying.
Some say the right shade.
The right shade of gray.
Mixing.
Shade of gray.
Wait, but
Excuse me, I am off eggshell.
whites are hard to find. Like find the right white.
It is very hard
Are
to
you
find
talking
the
about your
right
dating
white.
life?
You know, we've had to tap into other.
That's the title of the book I'm writing right now. Finding the right white.
Yes.
Dummy's Guide to Finding the Right. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that could be a designer edition. But no, the clothing line, it's kind of things aren't made well anymore. I mean, we've all gotten into our creative minds and over COVID, and people have produced some really cool things, but we've had to do it ourselves. And so I think we're just tampering with that, but it's really the whole mindset. So when people come into our store or work with us, even the podcast that we're doing, we want you to be your authentic selves. And I'm not designing a space or an experience for me, because that would be really easy to do. Let me
Yeah.
get to know you guys. Let me like my first meeting is getting cocktails or coffee. Tell me how you live. Then we incorporate that into your space, because you may have something that your grandma got you 20 years ago that's absolutely hideous, but we're gonna make it work. So we kind of do that. We put that philosophy in everything we do.
I find it fascinating because it's definitely a lane that I'm not talented in, but like I used to watch those shows where it's like somebody would like, you know, flip a room or whatever. Like they would be like, we're gonna turn this bedroom into your dream bedroom or whatever, and I would just look at a space and be like, I wouldn't have a clue where to start. And then you see somebody just come in and like, we're gonna put this here and this here, and it's kind of like 4D chess, right? Because it's like you're mapping this whole thing out in your mind that doesn't exist yet, and you're creating it. And like I don't know, put the couch over there. Like,
Put the couch over there. But that's what you do with food. What you did in my mouth hole this morning, like that's what we want to do in spaces, or whether it's event, we're kind of tapping into events and movie set staging. That's what we really want to be doing. I love residential, but people be a little crazy sometimes. It's emotional bringing someone into your space, but you may not see it. But then hanging out with you, I know what's important, and then I can make the best flow. And lighting is key, gentlemen. This is what I love with bachelors. Lighting is everything. So you do it for your podcast, you put the right up lighting, and boom, your whole experience in your bedroom or living room is completely different.
yeah.
So
I go no lights in the bedroom, so you just fall as soon as you walk in. It's kind of a trap situation.
there you go.
I do think our stairs are some of the least accessible stairs in the city.
Okay. You leave
Just
the
saying.
you leave the stairs out of this.
It's a low bridge and a very steep stairs. It's not a good combination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Our stairs are.
How
pretty
did you
dangerous.
feel about the stairs coming down? I feel like
I think I may have broke something.
of the stairs.
Well, like the top ledge, I'm tall. I'm 6'1", and I
yeah.
hit the.
You hit your head.
But the stairs were fine. I mean, they were probably a 70
you got a
degree
concussion?
incline.
So you're saying this could be an insurance
say.
liability?
Do you need medical attention? Is that what you're telling us?
Maybe. No, it was fine.
You never want to be known as the bad stairs guy. Like, you know what I mean? Now I'm the bad stair guy.
It was a bad.
It'd make it real
You have a
easy to kill
basement,
someone. I mean, they're very steep. It doesn't take much of a push. I almost do it every week.
Oh, I'm convinced one of these days my dog is gonna be like trip me up and it'll be like, oh, and then Dad's just gonna come home and find me with a broken neck at the bottom of the stairs.
So a couple people have thought about this. So it's a common thought.
Because
So dark.
my biggest fear is that someone's gonna be like, that was the weirdest way to commit suicide.
Well, Oh no, let's just make a pact. If you're committing suicide, don't do it on the stairs.
But no, it was an accidental fall.
The
Right,
whiskey
but
helps.
then I'll know like, oh, it was an accident.
So I need to leave a note saying this wasn't a suicide. This was an
then
accident.
I'll know that it was definitely on truth. Like,
No, I'll just always have the note in my pocket that says this was an accident. It's so when I eventually accidentally kill myself.
I feel like you would likely lose the note.
that's like that'd be a funny short sketch of someone like forgetting that they had a note that said this was an accident when it really wasn't.
Put it in
And they're
your
like the drugs is like
pocket.
coming in, like they can't get the note out. Like I don't want people to think this is an accident. I want them to know I was bad.
It was like when people get the tattoo of "Do not resuscitate," you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, like this was an accident. I swear. We got dark. I don't know how. Talking about suicide.
You know, that's always the go-to. Talk about suicide on a food comedy podcast. This is what people tune in for. Hey, what did they make? Oh, they're talking about suicide and how to get away with it. All right.
Haley, have you ever worked in the food service industry at all?
This is a hard turn.
We're putting it right back on track.
You know, I
They call me the
did.
Segway Kid.
I was working for a medical device company on the marketing side before I got into sales. This is a former life, but again, thirst bucket was like, ooh, I'm done with work at 5. What can I do? So I worked at Bourbon Street Distillery. Do we remember this place?
Oh yeah. Oh
Right
yeah.
there in Indiana and Senate. So 3 months I did waiting, but I've never, learned a lot, but I'm no chef, or honestly bartending scares me. I would have such a great conversation with you. I would make one drink in 20 minutes. I'd be fired immediately.
Yeah.
So.
You seem like, you have the people skills part down. But like you're definitely bringing the wrong drinks back to the table.
No, I would be putting bourbon and vodka.
Maybe having some of the customers' drinks yourself. Just having a good time.
Yeah. So
having
you
a
want
good
me in the
time.
hostess role for sure.
Keeping it lively. Well, and that's sometimes that's important. Even with this deal, it's like kind of like a little Justice League of food, but it's like aces in places. Like Thad is so much the host that like if the rules were reversed, let's not even talk about Thad's cooking. Let's just talk about like me. If I had to greet the guests and talk to them and keep them engaged for like an hour and a half,
Yeah.
I don't think we'd get to the podcast. I think people would just leave.
Can we have you guys switch places for like
that's a
Gwen
good
as a
idea.
guest? Or somebody that like has been on before? Or Bridget. Bridget's episode. We'll have Thad cook for her.
Let's do it for my birthday.
Oh, that would be great. You should cook for Bridget.
Guys, I'm an excellent cook.
I know. That's why I want you to do it.
All right, thank you.
The problem with Thad's cooking is he just says everything's Haitian, whether it is or not.
And nobody can say, like,
Yeah.
nobody's allowed to be like,
Nope.
no, this is
You
just
can't-
bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're allowed to appropriate your own culture.
You're like,
I'm
are you sure this fish
I'm
is supposed to be
looking
on
this up.
fire? No, it's a Haitian fish.
I'm Haitian and I'm doing it right now. Is it not? Am I not Haitian? I have to have everybody
it's
agree.
definitionally
Yes, you are-
correct.
yes, you are Haitian. Then this is a Haitian spaghetti.
Haitian spaghetti's my favorite.
It's the real whale's tail. You guys were talking about bees'
I
knees.
took Haitian techniques and made
Like,
spaghetti.
who decided bees' knees?
Oh, for the cocktail?
Oh yeah.
No, not the cocktail. Just, you're the real bee's knees.
Oh.
Why isn't it whale's tail? Or I want to get t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like,
Why isn't it well?
Isn't the whale? Because the whale's tail isn't it the underwear like straps that come up too high? I always heard of that. Remember like the panties
Baywatch
that have the
thing?
the high straps.
Yeah, but like especially if you're wearing the pants and the string is coming out over it.
Yeah, it's like a thong. It's like if you're sitting at a bar like wearing a thong and your underwear's riding up. I've always heard that that's called the whale's tail.
who's wearing the whale's tail in this relationship? I don't know.
I'm sure someone has a tattoo of a whale's tail on them in this room.
In this room.
Yeah.
Is it you?
I was gonna guess you because you've cooked on a boat.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense.
Do you have any nautical tattoos, Zach?
I don't think I do. I've got
looked around.
I've got like a skull and crossbones. That's kind of like a
yeah,
Jolly
it's-
Roger,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Do you have any
Pirate.
tattoos? Or do
What?
you have any tattoos?
I have 4.
4 tattoos. Any nautical like Zach?
I wish. I mean, the best story I have was one I hid and it actually got ruined with laser hair removal. I tried to hide it from my mom. I've never lied to this woman. Downtown Laura Brown, I love you. Brave. I had the word brave right down below, that line, the bikini line. And I was 19, hid it forever. Like, we couldn't have tattoos on the volleyball team. Like, it was taboo to have a tattoo. So I'm in Italy, and my mom found out because my friend was like, did Coach ever find out you had a tattoo? I was like, nope, but my mom just did. But anyway, then I got laser hair removal, and it ruined it. So I don't know what it says. So
what was the meaning behind that, Brave?
I've had some heart surgeries in my time. They're like, you'll never play sports, you'll never pilot a plane, and I'm all good now. But I've had 3 heart surgeries, and so my grandfather was like, you got to be brave. I was 4. 4 years old, and you remember that.
Time out. Did you say you'll never fly a plane?
I can never fly a plane, but I'm gonna figure out a way.
I think you should go for it anyway.
What a dick doctor. Like, why even bring that up? Like, no one's thinking about if you're going to fly a plane or not when you get in an accident.
What 4-year-old knows? You can't fly a plane, you can't have insurance.
I'm sorry to tell you, you're never going to be able to play volleyball again. Also, not going to be able to go to Mars.
Yeah.
What?
You're not going to be an astronaut. Well, no. I know you went to astronaut camp. That is out of the table. Moon, right? Mars, Venus.
I knew a guy named Bill that had one eye, and he wasn't supposed to fly either, but he would always just cheat on the tests.
Bill Nye with one eye?
No, I don't know what his last name was.
I thought you were starting a limerick too. Like, I wasn't quite sure where you go with this.
I mean, I think you can fly a plane. Like, it might not be legal, but I think it should still be.
Pissed I'm gonna be if I'm in a plane and you have a heart situation.
Yeah. I think it's
she should have never flown.
How brave you'll be.
That's the girl that's not able to fly planes.
Shit.
They told her this was a bad idea.
You can fly for Spirit. Here's the thing too. Like, I don't like your doctor now.
Well, she's dead. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
so, but that was back then. They had to cover their ass. We've learned so much. Now I can probably get life insurance because I can't have that. That's what they said. So I'm sure I can pilot a plane.
Right, and she highly underestimated how good computers were going to be in the future.
Right.
Is this a
There's going to be a button where babies can fly planes.
I feel like
wow, this went really fast.
I feel like if you can break a vibrator, then you can fly a plane.
I'm unstoppable.
Yeah, your heart seems pretty strong to me. I don't know.
That's a strong episode name.
That would be a hell of a pilot's test.
Yeah, I'm no doctor.
There's a multiple choice and then a vibrator, and if it works when you're gone, you don't get the job.
Shit. But if I ever fly a plane, you guys have to do Harder Brunch on my private jet. Like, you guys, we gotta.
I'm on.
Oh yeah.
We gotta bet.
From what your doctor said,
Mile High Brunch Club.
Mile High Brunch Club.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, from what her doctor said, I don't really want to be in a plane with her. She's not supposed to be
there. Do we
there.
get parachutes just in case?
It's like, even if there is like very smart AI computers that can fly planes, you can't go up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here to support women and all their endeavors, but if you die flying the plane, I need a backup.
Okay, I'll make sure.
Maybe there's just another pilot there in case. You know,
yeah, just a co-pilot.
That doesn't sound as fun.
Take the risk. Come on.
Yeah.
Take the risk.
New year, new us.
Just take I'm very excited. Are your companies both are those completely separate companies, the interior design and the fashion, or are they kind of under the same umbrella?
Same umbrella, but we have a subscription service. So Authentic Goods can come to your door 4 times a year. We custom pick the pieces from overseas. Some we do a local artist highlight, and actually we're going to be partnering with a bourbon company to do like a bachelor bourbon box, which when you guys said it was whiskey themed, I was like, hell yeah. So I'm kind of working with a bourbon company. It's called Bourbon.Limited, and they pick distillers to do 5,000 bottles. That's it, and it's shipped right to your door. So Authentic Goods and them are like, there's some synergy there. So, 4 times a year you get home accessories, and then we can get bourbon too.
That's great. We try to do that with our guests. We try to learn a little something and about the guests before they come on. Yeah. And I knew you had a penchant for whiskey.
Did you? I love that.
Would you say whiskey blows your skirt up?
Kentucky bourbon definitely blows my skirt up, babe.
All right.
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
I like how you tie it all together. I like that. What's your least favorite kind of alcohol?
So gin, I know you can make a ton of cocktails, but I can't do gin.
Can't
If
do
it's a
gin?
gin and tonic. If it's in a cocktail, yes. But
We were going to be friends, but nope, not anymore.
No, I mean I feel the same way, and
Yeah.
it's, you know what it is? It's the juniper
Juniper.
because it tastes like Christmas
Christmas
trees.
tree.
Yeah,
Juniper barely.
it's the
anywhere.
juniper. Like I like juniper in food.
I love
But-
it in stew.
True.
I like it in certain kind of like a lot of like a good like turkey brine. A lot of times we'll have juniper and stuff in it.
Really?
But yeah, for some reason it's just always I was like, why does this taste like Christmas tree? But when we were kids, we would drink. We would get like a handle of Seagram's gin, and then mix it with blue Kool-Aid, and the sugar actually cuts down that juniper. Which I later found out we were just hood rats, you know, just like mixing Kool-Aid and gin. And so, like, when I became an adult and was drinking, I was like, ordered a gin cocktail. I was like, oh, this doesn't taste like the Kool-Aid I'm used to. I was like, why does it taste like a Christmas tree? And they're like, it's juniper. I was like, oh. But yeah, that's it.
You were kind of surprised by juniper.
I was. Do you have like a drink that you had a bad experience on and you're just like, I can never go back to that one?
100%.
What is that?
Freshman year. Now, I did not drink till college. Okay, so I am in close to Miami, Florida, down in Boca Raton, and I think it's a water. Now, we are in season, so we did not drink in season. I think this is a bottle of water, and it is apple pucker vodka. I can't do it again. And I loved that.
Wait, how much of this did you get down before you didn't realize it was
I mean,
water?
I went in for a chug, and then I've only thrown up from drinking twice in my life, and that was one of them.
Wait, was this like you're on the court, you're sweaty, you're like, I need something refreshing, and then you just chug this?
I wish. No, it was in our residence hall or the dorm room. Residence.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of drinking in like mine is from like Malibu rum from drinking in a dorm room,
No.
and
Dorm rooms. Gosh, they ruin it. What about you?
Vodka.
Vodka.
Yeah, and Bacardi.
That's one of my go-tos.
Bacardi,
See, bourbon, whiskey never is that. It's like whiskey's just that sipping.
Yeah.
Good. That's why I love it. So
Yeah.
good.
Or what is that one that has a deer head on it?
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister. That
That's
one.
not real. That's
in
not
high
like a real spirit, though. You know what I'm saying? That's like a abomination of
What
a cocktail.
is
I
it?
usually don't see adults that have Jaeger. And when I do, I'm usually
No.
like, let's leave this party.
Adults don't drink Jaeger.
I think I saw like just recently someone brought Jaeger to a party, and I was like, wait, I don't feel comfortable here anymore.
it's a licorice liqueur.
But it's German, correct?
Sure.
I don't know.
So I lived in Barcelona,
Jaeger.
England for a year after college, and I was friends with these 3 Finnish women, and we would travel like New Amsterdam. We would go every weekend somewhere different, and they would always do shots of. They would say Nakarainen, and it was apparently Jägermeister. I found out later. I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, this is Nakarainen. I love it, but I can't. No one likes it here. I have to have it chill. But
I used to do shots of Jaeger. It was like Jaeger Red Bulls. Like when I worked in when I came back from the Caribbean, Jaeger Red Bulls were popular on the east side in the bars and stuff. And so I worked as a cook on the bars, and you just do, if the bartender was doing a shot, it was a Jaeger Red Bull. And so I mean, I like it.
Sauce boss, that is nasty.
No, I mean that's what you drink when you're 16 to 21. Those are the cocktails.
Is that how old you were? Or
I
were
was
you?
like, I was like 21, 22.
Early
so this
20s.
is 34. Shoot.
I had when I was right before I turned 21, I was like 20, and I was about to go to the bar, and like this was right before energy drinks had started becoming like super popular, and I had a friend who was 21 or was older, and I was like, what should I drink like my first time at the bar? And she was like, oh, you know what a great drink is the first time you're out? She goes, get a vodka and Red Bull. And she goes, it's just a great, it'll get you going. It's a good start to the night, and you can switch to something else. And I was like, okay. So I had my friend go to the liquor store, and I was like, get vodka and Red Bull. I want to taste this. And so he comes back with a handle of Kamchatka, and then apparently there was this malt liquor that was called Red Bull malt liquor.
Really?
And so he brought a handle of Kamchatka and a 40 ounce of malt liquor.
That would be so terrible.
And I'm like, this okay, and like we're pouring it together and like just choking it down, and I was just like, I guess this is what sophisticated people drink. Tastes fucking awful, I gotta tell you.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Things you do for moving up the ladder.
There it is.
Am I
Oh,
right?
Schlitz. Oh, yeah. Schlitz 40 ounce of Red Bull. Yeah, it was rough.
I want to try that.
Where's the 40?
Colt 45.
Did you ever do, did you say you didn't drink until after college?
Till college.
Oh, till college.
But even then, I mean.
Yeah. You were an athlete and stuff to do.
I really let loose after. But I think there's a guardian angel because I was close to Miami. I could have gotten into things and I didn't. So hashtag blessed.
Did you ever do like Edward 40 hands? Did they ever do that?
Is that where you tape the
Tape
beer?
the
No.
40.
In Boca it was classy AF. So when I would come home, I would go to Bloomington, and that was when I had my first hams. I think someone was drinking the hams earlier, and Natty Light. I mean, we were drinking Belvedere at 19. I mean, it was cocktails. It was classy. Then I would meet Trashy when I came home. So,
That's where it started.
so I don't know. You tape the beer cans up, right?
Yeah, well, you tape like there's like 2 40s to your hands.
Oh, 40.
Have you ever actually taped them, or have you just like played by gentleman's rules where you got to hold them?
I had a bottle of whiskey taped to my hand for one of my birthdays once, and obviously that'll kill you. So I just went around and kept trying to like pour people drinks of it. I was just like, look, I can't drink all this.
It's like, I think my friends hate me.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill me tonight. I had like heroin, meth, and crack taped to my hands one time for a birthday party. No, that's not true. The dog farted and ruined the joke. I'm blaming the dog farting on that joke.
That's his out every time a joke bombs. He's like, oh, the dog farted. It gets weird when he does it on stage.
I'm not acting. This is a real bad smell.
Look, that's literally put there so you don't have to do an
We
act
need to get
out.
sponsored by these people
The
before
fact
we
that you
spray
have
it.
Febreze right now is
No, don't say their name. We're not sponsored by them yet.
Oh shoot.
Yeah,
No Formula has a candle, and we made a custom scent. So
If you could
We
get
will
one of
bring
these,
one.
we'll do yours.
okay.
Can you do a brunch scent? Can you make like a bacon scent, bacon and eggs?
You think you want bacon scented dog farts? Is that what you want down here?
No, it's a candle
Okay.
to cover up the smells.
We'll get you a no formula candle, a no formula of bacon candle.
Can you drop a beat for me, Zach? Haley, thank you so much for being on the program today. Where can people best follow you on social media and keep up with everything that you're doing?
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. Hey, that's HEYHAY 44 is my personal account where you'll find the podcast Blow Your Skirt Up, and AU Design Co. is our design umbrella. So thanks so much, fellas.
Thanks, and thank you for the wonderful gifts. I think more guests should bring us gifts when they come on. I think that should be
Yeah.
we're not letting you in unless you get a gift.
Yeah.
You like that, Zach?
No, I love it. I love it. I
More
like
gifts
the,
from brunch.
yeah, I like the extortion element of the guests here.
Zach Roan, where can people find you and follow you on social media?
Actually, I'm gonna pass it off to our video person, Casey.
Well, thank you very much. I can, hi, Casey.
Who was that disembodied voice?
Oh. Usually behind the camera, also sometimes behind the stick. You can find me at Black Circle. You can also find me at Danger Brewer on Instagram.
At Danger Brewer. That is Jay.
Hey, you guys could find me at the Teflon Titty Committee. I just got accepted, I think.
You're in.
Did I just get in?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I've been wanting this for a long time. And I'm going to pass this off to Zach.
What are you doing?
I thought we were passing.
This is my second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find me as Zach at taffletits.com.
You guys better follow Blow Your Skirt Up after this with the Teflon Titty Committee.
You guys are bad at plugs. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in between the breaks, but you got real bad at plugs all of a sudden.
I skipped plug class.
My God. I'm at Dyke Michaels on all social media. Guys, again, February 26th, Meat Cake 3. Put it on your calendars. It's gonna be a hell of a Sunday. I couldn't be more excited. I'm so excited for it. Stick around for the After Brunch podcast. It's on our Patreon, patreon.com/Harder Brunch. Only $3. It's gonna be fun, and we'll talk to you soon.
Jeffrey!
Bye-bye.